Hi everybody, Rita here from GmaReezScrapShack. I hope the lighting's okay. It's a little weird weather we're having today and I've got the lights on, but I have not made a video in a long time, and to be honest, it's because I'm going through a little bit of carpal tunnel. Well, a lot of carpal tunnel in my hands. This is just something I was able to put together for a fellow YouTuber that is amazing, and I just wanted to tell him how proud I am of him. Everybody knows him. He's Ryan Swift from Color and Recover, and I love watching his videos there. I've been off work for a long time now because of my hands, and I'm not really able to do the crafting I used to be able to. I used to be able to sit down and put out a book like within, a couple of days. And this one actually took me a little bit longer, a lot longer. And I could only do about, not very much each day. But anyway, this cover originally was, part of it, I should say. Part of the cover was Happy Meal, and I added a lot to it. I decoupaged some napkins onto it, and I added the book cover, typed out junk journal on my typewriter, added some craft text cardstock and some eyelets, and this is some burlap that was gifted to me in Happy Meal. This is the outside of the cover, so it's just a lot of decoupage, and yeah, there's all kinds of things on here, like some peonies and a hummingbird and butterflies and sunflower, and it's no secret Ryan is gay, and so I tried to add a lot of color because one of his channels is all about glitter, grunge, and he loves coloring. And so the thread I used on most of this book is rainbow, and I love that thread. The minute I met Ryan, I was connected to him, and I didn't really know why until after a while of watching his channel. And I told him in an email that he reminds me so much of my dearest cousin that I grew up with. And Keith, if you're watching this, I thought of you a lot while I was making this book for Ryan. Anyway, it starts out with a library pocket, and I just stamped "This book belongs to," and I wrote in Ryan Swift and glitter grunge, so I could put some glitter tape here. And this is a real pretty corduroy. This, like I said, this original cover, I cut it way down. It was a different type of style of book, but Mary Flower made this for me, and I loved it so much, but the one that it came with was so big, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to repurpose this because I loved the paper. It had a lot of just plain paper in it, or scrapbook paper, I should say, and I took it out and reused it. But so thank you, Mary Flower. You could tell I added to it, but I just loved it. And I can't do a lot of the stuff right now because of the way my hands have been hurting. So I purged a lot of my craft room stuff into this journal for Ryan, and I just hope he loves it. This is just a little journaling card that I made, and I stamped on it. It just says, remember, take time to create, make something pretty today, create. Simple pleasures are life's greatest treasures. You are my happy place. It has a paint, some scissors, and be kind with a little, I say watercolor brush because I love to watercolor, but anyway, that just starts out like that. And then this very first one, I did a lot of stamping as well. And sometimes when I stamp my covers, I use this little rubber stamp that I have of these flowers, and I love that. It makes a good frame. Anyway, I just put, you brighten my day. And if I'm not mistaken, these are my my ink pads that are archival ink, and I have that little set in different colors, the mini ones, and I love those. You have filled my heart with great joy. You're my type of friend. Remember, a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Laugh until it hurts and know that you are loved. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. And these are just really positive affirmations for, Ryan. And I put my ladybug stamp on here because all of my journals always have to have ladybugs in them. And I used the new, what's it called? It's called 3D Texture Fades. The embossing folder. And this was the newest one I got this month. Every month I try to spend a little bit of money, not a whole lot, but I get some new things. And so this is the first time I used it, Ryan. And I embossed them and then I cut them out and I used them as tabs. So there's A through Z and the capital letters are on top and the lowercase are on the other side. And I just scattered them throughout the book. Anyway, yeah, so that's the first page. This is just some napkin of dragonflies. And this is just a pocket. I used, he's been doing a lot of swatching lately. So I did a swatch of Ranger archival ink pads, the little minis that I was telling you about. These are the colors I have. And then I put a little stamp here and I used a stencil there. This is just a rainbow tag. This was gifted to me in Happy Mail. So I just, distressed the edges and put some lines on there for Ryan to use that for some journaling. Here's another tag. This cardstock came from my, what's it called? When you put a protection on your iPad. This was out of the box. And then I just wrote, I found this on the internet. It said, make someone smile every day, but never forget you are someone too. And I love that. It's by J.M. Storm. I don't have my glasses on. I always forget to grab them. I'm so bad. I may not be able to read any of this. Anyway, it's got some reinforcers on there that this was just some jelly plate material. And I make my own little reinforcers by using this cute little stamp. Punch, I should say. And when I first got this, I didn't know how to use it. So I have a sweet friend that I met about this. Her name is Melinda Davis. And she showed me how to open it. I didn't realize you really had to tug hard on this and get the little circles to fall out of that little area so that you can keep punching with it. Anyway, thanks, Melinda. So I make my own little reinforcers now, and I love that. I love that little punch. This is just one of the new stamps I got. Also, I loved it. I put some more glitter tape here. This came in Happy Mail. Oh my gosh, my sweet friend made this for me. And because it said Rita, but this fell out of something. And it was sitting on my desk and I thought, Ryan's name starts with the R. So this is from Margie. Thank you, Margie. I'm repurposing this in Ryan's book. This is another napkin. This just says vintage. One of the other things I got during, the summer was the little stamper where you can make your own words. And so I got this. Oh, I love it. It's so cool. Anyway, yeah, so that was the first time I used it. I always wanted a stamp that said vintage. I can never find one. They sell out super fast. And so I just wrote my own. This is some more decoupage, a napkin. This is, out of a book. This is a freebie postcard, digital. I just put that in the pocket. This is another digital that was free. I think it was Daisy's. I can't remember if this was Paulette. It might have been Paulette. This is just a sticker, a vellum sticker. Graph paper. This was out of an adult coloring book. It says, "We'll cook for hugs." I thought that was cool because Ryan's, he's a baker. This was something that was gifted to me, but I think I sewed it to the Kleenex box. The little part that you pull out when you're getting ready to use. Junk journals are made from junk. So if we are what we eat, why aren't we new, improved, light, and fat-free? I thought that was cute, so I just kind of stuck that there. He doesn't have to look at the girl if he doesn't want to. He can turn it around, or he can, you know what? The thing about junk journaling is, if you don't like something, you can cover it up. You can totally cover it up. This is a vellum bag. It's coffee stained by my friend Carrie Kale. I got a lot of them from her, and I love them. I use them as much as I can. This is just one of my favorite stamps of geraniums. It's colored in with Tombow markers. There's that stamp again that I adore this stamp. I got that. That was one of the things I got. this year too. I love this one. It comes with 3 floral outlines. It's a Tim Holtz. Love, love, love it. Sorry, I'm dropping things. If you can see my craft room right now, you would just die laughing. It's a huge mess. This little frog was just on I saw that. I can't remember if that was Pinterest. Not Pinterest. I can't think of the name of it. Digital anyway. Just a little card I made out of some scrap paper using the square stitched die cut, and just, you know, grabbed one of these little whale tails. It says dream on it, and just to have something tucked behind this cute little journaling card that I made a pocket out of. This is one out of Daisy's shop, Tsunami Rose. All things are possible. This was a die cut of a butterfly that I used embossing powder on. And this is actually using, I love the new ones that I got by Distress Embossing Glaze. Yeah, I've got those and I've been using them a lot lately. This is just more leaf stenciling. And right here, this little, I don't know if it shows up on the camera because I can't see my camera right now, but this is this yummy stuff that Kelly told me about. Opal Magic. It's a wax. This one's called Vintage Silk. Oh, I love the way it smells. It smells so good. It kind of has the texture of butter. But oh my gosh, it's so glittery, and not glittery, more shimmery of a gold color. This is Vintage Silk, and oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So it makes the book smell good too. Corner flip. Ladybug. Not perfect, just forgiven. Little journaling spot here. Laugh until it hurts. Sounds like it's raining outside. It sounds so pretty. I got up early this morning and went for my walk. And I guess I did it right before it started raining. My husband's out front doing yard work. He's probably going to get wet. Poor guy. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Funny story is, when I got this stamp, the sticker on the outside of the stamp was turned around, so it was upside down. So the first time I used it was on someone's journal. I think it was the journal I made for my Aunt Jerry. It was upside down, and I was so mad because I had worked so hard on that cover. Anyway, oh my gosh. I left it there because my daughter thought it was quirky and kind of cool. Some more of the coloring pages that I took out of my adult coloring book. I can't remember which one it is because I have several. I haven't colored in so long because of my hands. I did not color them in. They're for Ryan to color in if he wants to. If he chooses not to, that's fine. You know, either way, I backed them on black cardstock, and they're sewed in with the rainbow thread, but it's kind of a pocket as well. You could always tuck things in here that you want to hide, journaling or whatever. And he can color on this, or he can write over it. There's so many spaces in here for writing, and when you're in recovery, especially if you go to get help or, you know, any type of, you know, rehabilitation, they want you to journal. So that was my main purpose of sending Ryan a journal. I just wanted to make him one so bad. I hadn't made one in so long. And yeah, so this is a corner flip with all the little, you know, squares that you sew down the middle, and it becomes a tuck, but it's also a corner flip where you can journal on each page. Butterfly that's been embossed with that glaze. A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. And I just love these Edith Holden book pages that are in here. These are the 2 birds. I love that. I love that one. This one has some grasshoppers or something around the weeds. This was just a vintage piece of stationery paper that someone sent me in Happy Mail. Another one of those. Another sticker. Some more stationery that's coffee stained. Oh yeah, this. This is the other thing I got. I'm looking for the cover, and I think I probably... Oh, here it is, right here. No, right next to me. This was the other thing I purchased this month or last. I can't remember, but oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's a die cut. And so I did this one. This one actually wasn't the ladybug, but I made it look like a ladybug. This is the ladybug. And this one is this one. But I wanted it to look kind of like a ladybug, so yeah. This is Help Wanted, I'm Broke, Send Some Glue. I thought that was so cute. This came in a happy mail from a friend that doesn't even junk journal. She just sent me some old cards and old calendars and some stuff that she had laying around her house before she moved to Las Vegas. Thank you, Cindy. The stamp again. This is another color swatch chart, but this one is of my Catherine Pooler Zen Garden. And I had fun doing this because I swatched. I just like ran the ink pad over some cardstock, and then I used the punches to get the color of just swatching it that way. And then I actually stamped in the ink pad next to it with the colors of spruce, seafoam, skylight, stone blue, shea butter, polished rose petals, and sugar lavender. And then this is another leaf. I keep wanting to say template. Anyway, this is a stamp here. Not a stamp. Same thing. Stencil. I cannot think, you guys. I'm horrible. Anyway, because of the Catherine Pooler colors here, I used the other stamp and just did them real quick, like just for the background on this page here. And he can write on this, write right over it. There's another little journaling card. I just stamped out a tab out of some book page, and this one says happiness. Here's another freebie postal card, just a place for journaling. This tag is one that I cut out using my die cut reinforcers and some what's it called? Sari silk. Gosh, I'm horrible. This is a butter wrapper. You know, it's kind of like vellum, whatever, but I went around it with the rainbow thread as well. Just another place for the journal. You know, junk journals are supposed to be made out of junk. This was some really pretty scrapbook paper, and those colors matched with this, so that's kind of like that's how I pulled the color to that side of the page. Another piece of gold washi tape glitter. This is all the new stuff that I had got this month, the little receipt, and so I used it as a pocket. So on here it shows that I got the Tim Holtz floral rubber stamp, the Catherine Pooler inks, Zen Garden, the Sizzix die cut funky insects, and I just thought that was so cool to put it in here. I also got the new color blue, or it was new to me, the Distress Oxide ink pad blueprint sketch, and I used that in the book as well. And then the stencil that I used, the Gentle Leaves, and that's this one. And then this is just the top of a tag, and I put it in there as another little place to journal. You guys, I barely did, not even probably a half a page a day. This kind of took me a long time, and I'm only because, you know, when I'm in pain, I really, it's been hard. I'm so frustrated because I've been off work for so long, and I'm getting ready to have surgery, so I'm excited about that. Anyhow, this is a Tsunami Rose ball jar digital, and it has, I loved this right here because it had a piece of cotton, you know, like natural cotton here, and this yellow flower. And I just made a little flip out with some washi tape of black hearts. There's glitter tape here. This was a little fairy. He told me, I was watching one of his things, one of his videos one day, and he said he loved fairies. So I remembered that when I saw the rubber stamp, and I just put a little bit of glitter pin in her wings, and he can color that in if he wants to, but it's just on a book page, and it's just a little tuck spot right here. This is just a vintage sticker, vellum. It says, we may not be tadpoles anymore, but at least we haven't croaked. And I put that there, and this little frog, because my sweet friend Anita sent this to me. She stamped him out for me, and I just fussy cut the little frog and put him on the daisy, and then I put some gold tape here. I just thought that was cute. More of that stencil. Some book page, made a pocket. I think this little to-do list tag came with my the rubber stamp, that one that makes all the different words, and I stuck that in there. Made another little tag out of some white cardstock with one of my favorite stamps, and he can color that in if he wants to. It's just a little blue bird with a worm in its mouth and a nest of eggs. To put a little bit of crazy string or whatever on the top of that. Another little pocket right here. This is a napkin of a fairy sitting on a mushroom. And I kind of used some of that opal magic on there for her wings and the mushrooms, and put a piece of vine right there. A little heart that was just punched out of cardstock that was paint smushed, I guess. And then it was embossed with clear. And it had a little bit of the glitter in there. I don't think you can see it, but that's just on binder coffee stained paper. Here's one of my waxes with a ladybug on it. And this is a die cut of a dandelion. I usually write something on there about, you know, making a wish or something, but that's kind of an open page for him to write on. This just says, God bless America, with some more orange glitter. I tried to make this as grungy as I could. I hope Ryan likes it. I don't know. It just, you know, I had fun. This is one of my paper dolls of a boy. I just thought it was kind of cute with his little red and white t-shirt and blue jeans. And this said, God bless America. It looks orange right here because of the orange tape, but this is orange paper. But this is actually supposed to be red, but that's okay. It kind of went with it, so I left it that like that. Thankful, grateful, blessed. You know, Ryan can use this book for anything. I don't care. Even if it's not his thing and he doesn't ever touch it or use it, maybe someday he will. I don't know. I hope he loves it, but if he doesn't, it's okay. Ryan, I just wanted you to know that you are loved because of your channel, and you're so open and honest with people, and you're helping so many people, and I just find that so brave, and I'm so proud of you. So I just told him, you know, I really want to make you something, and hopefully he can use it. I hope he uses it. I think it's very therapeutic. I love journaling. This is some Zentangle that my sweet friend made for me, and she sent it to me. I watch her channel, and that's Lizzie. Lizzie, it got repurposed. Now, this was on the envelope, and it was cut out, but I put it on here because I love that. I thought it would look so cool. And to bring out the little peachy color, I put a sticker right here that had the parrot on it. And it says laughter. And the first thing it says is audible. And I thought, well, birds are kind of very audible. You know, I don't know. My mind is weird how it works. But here's another little journaling tag. It's just one of the freebie postcards. I just did some stenciling on it. Another little binder page. And usually where there's a hole in the page, I put reinforcers on it, just in case like someone wants to tie something there or hang a charm off of it or whatever. This one I just put some more green sari silk. This just says believe. More stenciling. There's a frog stamp here. I love this frog. I've hoarded this frog forever. For me, I liked it so much because it says frog forever stamp right here. And for me, frog stands for fully rely on God. But, you know, everybody's beliefs are different. So it is what it is. But that's how I believe. And I've hoarded that stamp forever, but I thought it would look nice there. So here's a tag off of when I buy my boot cut Levi's. I made a tag out of that. I did some stamping around the edge and just added some sari silk for the top. This was off of a Winsor Newton watercolor that I was telling Ryan that I got a new set of watercolors last month because for on the go. He made a joke about that on his channel, which was kind of cute. This is just a piece of cardstock scrapbook paper that's double-sided, and I thought that the leaves were really nice, so I made a tag out of that one. And then this was one of Tim Holtz, the backing off of packaging, and it was for the tiny little clips that I used in here. I'll show you one when I get to it. This is some more book page, and then this was just some of the art paint smushing or whatever. It's all sewed together for a tag, and then I used some of my Tim Holtz insect material to make the ribbon, and then just tied it with some crochet cotton right there. Hold it together. This just stamped believe. More stenciling. Miracles happen every day. Another one of the I'm not really good at this. I've never done this before, but I did, you know, another one of the, what are they called? Color charts of Tim Holtz distress ink pads that I have. These are the colors that I have. And then I put a little sticker here from, you know, a vellum sticker of a rabbit. Are you ready for the next distress color? This was an advertisement, you know, for the new color blue that they came out with. And we were talking about this on one of his channels one day. So I just printed that out and I used it for a journaling tag that he can color if he wants to color on it. If he doesn't want to color it, he can write over it. You know, however he wants to use it. It doesn't matter. But I just loved all those rainbow of colors on there. That's why I put that there. Manila, excuse me. This is a manila folder. It has some more book page. Another tag. This one just says smile. I edged it with blue to match the ink of this one. This is another Rita Donnelly corner flip. I laugh because honestly, I don't know how I became famous for this corner flip, but I think it's so funny. All it was a square piece of paper I put in the corner and called it a corner flip. And my sweet friend, I think Gail Agustinelli might have made me famous for that because she started telling everybody that, yeah, I created that. Or Yvonne. I think Yvonne told everybody too. So when you know somebody on YouTube that's, you know, has a lot of subscribers and they mention your name, oh my gosh, it's amazing how you could just become famous overnight. It's silly to me. It just cracks me up, but I make fun of myself for that. This one says, faith makes all things possible. And I wrote on here, sometimes life gets blurry, because when I did the stamp, it was kind of blurry. And the reason I used that color is because it matched that lace. And then I thought, you know what, I'll color it in. And I was just kind of my hands were a little shaky. And so I said, you know what, it doesn't matter. Life gets a little blurry sometimes. And I left it that way. And you know what I said? Like I said, Ryan, if there's anything in here you don't like, all you do is, you know, paste something over it. Keep going. Color over it, cover it up. I don't care. It's your book. You can do what you want. This was Edith Holden, a picture of her, and her face was right here looking down, so I put the little dandelion there, so it looks like she's blowing the dandelion. I put a little bird there. This is coffee stained paper. You can tell there was a doily imprint. The book page, another tag. This one says, woohoo! Another little corner flip that's layered, so there's lots of little places for journaling in here. Another little flower stamp. On all the signatures that I sewed in, like always, I use crochet cotton, and I put little brass bells on them because I like to hear them jingle. Some more of that little insect fabric from Tim Holtz. Just a vellum stamp. There was blue here, so I looked for something with the little forget-me-not flowers on it, and I thought it looked nice. Stenciling. I left a lot of pages open for Ryan to either write in or put his own art in here, or, you know, use it as a glue book, whatever he wants to do with this. It's his, so he can do whatever he wants with it, whatever makes him happy. A little tag, a little corner flip. This is the ladybug, and I did it in I used the cardstock that I had jelly printed, and then I embossed it. Not embossed, I'm sorry. I put some of the opal magic on top of it, make it look frosty. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, stamped on the edges of some paper that's, I have this craft paper. I use it when the grandkids come and we spray on it or we color on it or whatever, but I always reuse it because part of a junk journal is using your scraps. So there might be smudge on it or whatever, but he can always write over it or cover it up. A little flip out. This was a freebie from Paulette. It was a daisy, and I love the daisy, but I put it on this die cut of to make the flip out, and then I stamped lines on it, and this was paint smushing with the Distress Oxide colors, and this is washi tape just to make it flip out. A stamp that I have of a circular wreath, and I stamped Trust. I made a little pocket out of this digital that I had of a crow. I think it's a crow. And when I trimmed this out, I didn't want to waste the corner, so I stuck it up there and made another little journal card right here. And this one says, Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. And then this is kind of manly. I forget what this stuff is called. Diamond something? Anyway, I was trying to make it. I have never made a manly journal. I'm horrible at it, but I did it. I gave it my best shot for Ryan. And I know he loves color, so I'm just hoping he loves this. Who knows? Another little journaling spot. Some more scrapbook paper. This paper that's in here is actually from Mary Flower when she sent me Happy Mail. Thank you, Mary. Like I said, I always try to use what people send me and just make it look good. Some snakes. I know he mentioned he wanted a snake, so I just found a digital of snakes. I think this is Tsunami Rose. It's kind of like a Halloween one or something like that. It's got the rainbow thread sewed around it, and this is on a layaway tag. And it's just tucked in this pocket. Here's another color chart. And this is of my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide pads that I have. The colors that I have. Another place for him to color. Or it's a pocket. And I put a picture of myself in there. I usually have business cards with my picture on them. This is me in Madison. And I wrote him a little note. It says, Ryan, I made this junk journal especially for you. Full of faith, hope, and love. For you to write all about your journey. With every page, I prayed for your recovery because you are worth it. Love and hugs, Rita Donnelly, just so he remembers me. And you know what? If he doesn't want it in here, he could always take it out and throw it away. I don't care. It's just so he can see what I look like because, yeah, sometimes we talk to people online. We don't even know what they look like. This was really important. I saw this on Facebook and I had to print it out because I thought it's so smart. Reset, refocus, readjust, restart. As many times as you need to, just never give up. And to me, that's what he's doing. That's why I'm so proud of Ryan. This is behind vellum because it's on the back side of this, but I liked how it just kind of peeked through. It's one of my favorite cards that I got, a birthday card from my friend Sherry a long time ago. She was my best friend and she still is. I mean, I love her no matter what. We just don't live around each other, so we don't see each other very often. But the picture I've used a million times because it's a blue house with white trim. And this is what Dave and our house looks like. It's a blue house with white trim. And I loved how it has the cozy little porch and, a kitten sitting on here and the flowers and all that. Yeah, it just reminds me of my house. That's why I put it on the back side. Another book page. This one had horses on it. Another scrapbook page here. I love that paper. I didn't do anything to it. He can always write on it or paste things in here, do whatever he wants. This image is so pretty. I loved it because of the sunflowers, and it's got the old-fashioned milk picture and the little creamer. It's just tucked in there. This is one of those tiny little tags I was talking about. Tim Holtz. They're so tiny. I love them so much. I just have it holding this little envelope. It says count the happies. I just have it like right on top like that, and it's just holding it shut. Here's some hummingbirds and some thistle. Everybody knows I love hummingbirds and thistle. And this is just a piece of scrap that was on my desk. I made a tag out of it. And the tab is made from a box of edibles. Believe it or not, I don't do it. I mean, I don't eat edibles, but when my sister-in-law was here, she used those for paint, and those raspberries look so beautiful. I told her, don't throw that box away, and she saved me her boxes, and now I have them to use for my little tiny punches and stuff. Here's another one that says create, and I love that one. I had a whole bundle of these tags, and I just love them. I can't remember where I got them. I think I ordered them off of an Etsy. I want to say it might have been Denise. I'm pretty sure it was Denise's shop. Denise, I can't think of your shop's name right now, but if I remember, I'll add it to the down in the description box. I can't think today. So 2 little tags, a little tiny pocket. I think Mary sent me that. No, I think Carrie sent me this little envelope pocket. It looks like a t-shirt, and then you fold it, and then it becomes like a little pocket. Here's a little die cut of a bird. that I embossed with that glazing. Another book page, Edith Holden. I love Edith Holden book. Everything Happens for a Reason. The stamp. This is just an image I got for free from Paulette. It's beautiful roses. I think this was my favorite page out of the whole journal. It was some butterflies that Mary Flower, the scrapbook paper that Mary Flower originally sent me. And I added some of the Stickles gold for the butterfly bodies. This is another little die cut I embossed. A couple of tickets. This one was the tiny clips. Another one of the packaging. I just added a piece of cardstock and a piece of lace and, sewed around it. Oops, that's a tag. He could always, add pictures here or journal or whatever. He's so creative. This one says love. That tag says love. Anyway, it says too much of a good thing is a good thing, right? I put it on this page. I thought it was perfect because there were so many butterflies on this page. An old doily, the coffee stained probably a million times. I always save them because I put them in books and journals. Here's another corner flip pocket. This was important too because it talks about things I'm no longer apologizing for, my feelings, having firm boundaries, saying no to something I'm not interested in doing, being emotional or crying, not answering the phone when I can't or don't feel like it, needing to take a break, asking for clarity when I don't understand, how other people behave, things I'm no longer apologizing for, how other people behave, changing and becoming better, not agreeing with someone, putting myself first. I can't be anything to anyone if I'm nothing to myself. Not settling for less than I deserve, letting go when I need to, healing at my own pace. I thought that was awesome. I also saw this on Facebook and I had to print it out and use it because I thought it was really good to read, hear it, acknowledge it. This was just a little die cut I have of a bird, also embossed with the glazes that, I have, the new ones. Inside these little envelopes are little tags that say faith, hope, and love. And, they pop out and he can write on them or whatever. Here's the little flippy pocket I made out of more vellum bag that I got from my friend Carrie Kale. Thank you, Carrie. I told you I would use them, and I am. Here's the new Distress Oxide color I got, Blueprint Sketch. And I stamped this tag and put some lines on it for journaling, or, Ryan can do whatever he wants with that, color it in or whatever. Just journal on it. Here's another little piece that was just sitting on my desk. Has a butterfly and a couple of bees, so I just put some lines on it for a little journaling tag behind the little tag that says joy. My favorite geranium stamp is in here. Oh, and this cute little piece that got cut off of the other page, and I liked it because it showed like a coffee cup, salt and pepper shakers, the baking mitt, some beaters, and another little cup of coffee. Here's a tiny little envelope. Here's a heart doily that's been coffee stained and Distress Oxide on, and there's a daisy that I die cut and embossed. I stamped remember. And on this side, the other piece of the heart with two dragonflies. The third one's down here. And they were embossed with the glazing as well in different colors. And more Edith Holden page here. And a little tag with another little dandelion on it. And this was a piece of cardstock that had some paint splatter on. And I just made a little journaling tag out of it and stuck it right here in this little corner flip right here. Lots of places for him to journal. I loved this paper here, and just made a flashcard journaling card by sewing on some of that paper that I put down for like when we're crafting, so the kids don't make a mess on my desk. Here's a cute little rubber stamp of a cow with a daisy in its mouth. I love that one. That was a new one I got this year too. This is a tag that someone sent me in a Happy Mail, and I just, distressed the edges and stuck it there as a pocket. This is some vellum that's been sewed on to an Edith Holden page. I love this picture right here because it has like, a watercolor of sheep, and it was painted by Edith Holden, and this is a book page, but I just love that. Another little tuck spot right here at the top. You can tuck something there. Here's another flash card and more journaling space. I made a pocket out of the vellum here. I loved these colors in here. I thought they were so pretty. Another vellum sticker here of a hibiscus. I planted, well, my grandkids helped me plant some hibiscus that I got from HSN this summer. And they're doing really good. They're so beautiful. They haven't bloomed yet, but the plants are really growing. Another Edith Holden picture of some swallows. And some orchids, I think. Everything's blurry to me right now because my eyes are like not focusing right now. Here's a King of Hearts for Ryan. And it's one of my business cards that I covered with vellum, and you can see my name behind it and my GmaReezScrapShack right here at the bottom. And then I stamped over the face because I don't like that picture of me. But it says, "Friends are flowers that never fade." And, since it's faded, I thought that was like kind of cool. King of Hearts for Ryan. And then Handmade Just for You with Tender Loving Care by Rita Donnelly. I stamped it July 17th. 2021, GmaReezScrapShack, and I love it. I hope Ryan loves it. I told him that when he gets this, if he likes it, he could do a flip through for me in his own style on his channel, and everybody could know how much he loves it or doesn't like it, or what he likes about it or what he doesn't like about it. Ryan, it's gifted to you with so much love, and I hope it brings you joy. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. Have a great day.